Hello and Happy New Year! Welcome to today's yoga class, an opportunity to begin again, aligned with the first day of the year, our fresh blank slate, to welcome in exactly who we want to be. If you aren't watching this on January 1st, the same philosophy can apply. We can recognize every moment in our waking life as an opportunity to begin again, to live more in alignment with our intentions, to be more connected to our authentic self, our creative spirits, and our loving hearts. So with that, let's get started on today's class. We'll begin today's class on tabletop with our hands underneath our elbows and doing a few rounds of cat-cow. This is my favorite way to warm up my spine at the beginning of my classes and really allows you to connect to your breath movement immediately. Inhaling to arch your spine and exhaling, vacuuming the belly button in towards the spine. We'll do this for 2 more rounds, maybe adding in a barrel roll, warming up your wrists. And on your next exhale, pushing back and up into downward dog. Take this initial inversion as an opportunity to pedal out, finding alignment and embodiment, noticing where sensation is arising in the body. Slowly, we will roll forward into a plank position over your wrists and arching your back, rolling back up to downward dog. These spinal fluid downward dog rolls really warm up the spine quickly and efficiently. Making sure to move with your breath, and on your next exhale we'll meet in downward dog, using these 5 breaths as an opportunity to sink into stillness, shining the pit of your elbows forward and sending your hips skyward. On your next inhale, looking forward, and on the exhale, stepping your hands towards your feet. Taking an opportunity to ragdoll your arms, grabbing each side of your elbows, maybe swaying, maybe bobbing, and settling in. On your next exhale, releasing your hands and inhaling to a half lift with a flat back, rolling your shoulders back towards your hips, and lowering down. On your next inhale, rising all the way up. And meeting your hands to heart center in prayer. Using this stillness as an opportunity to set your intention for today's practice. Perhaps your intention you'd like to bring forward with you throughout the entire year. Who do you want to walk into this fresh start? And who would you like to leave behind? An opportunity to begin again is right here, right now, with every breath. And fluttering the eyes open, we will take our hands up overhead and forward fold. Again, flat back, halfway lift, and exhaling all the way down. From here, we will step back into a plank position, rolling forward, our shoulders over our wrists, and lowering very slowly all the way down on your exhale. From here, you will leave your hands under your elbows and gently press up, squeezing your glutes into our first cobra, a baby cobra. From here, you'll push up even more. For our second rolling cobra, maybe placing more weight into your hands and lowering on the exhale. And for the third of the rolling cobras, perhaps your hips will leave the ground and your arms will straighten, making sure to squeeze the glutes and press your feet into the ground to protect the lower back. On your exhale, lowering, tucking your toes and pushing all the way back up into downward dog. Finding stillness in our home pose. From here, we will inhale the right leg up and open the hip. Maybe that will look like leg circles. Maybe looking for your right heel through your left armpit and bouncing. Now, square your hips and knee to chest, and then through to crescent lunge. From here, make sure that your knee is over your ankle and your hips are headlighting towards the front of your room. From here, you can inhale to twist open, opening our heart to our intention. On your next inhale, revolving your crescent. Meeting back in the twist and inhaling, hands up for our normal crescent, cartwheeling our hands down on the exhale and meeting in plank position again. Lowering all the way down and up for our upward facing dog, chaturanga. And exhaling our hips all the way back to downward dog. From here, we will take our left side. Inhaling our left foot up, opening the hip, doing hip circles, whatever feels right to you. And then eventually squaring off, inhaling knee to nose, and all the way through for crescent lunge. Inhaling our arms up, and exhaling side twist, again opening our heart to our intentions for the year. Apologies, I'm not mirroring. On your next inhale, revolving that crescent. This is both a back bend and a twist, so whatever feels most opening to you, leaning into that. If you're taking a back bend, squeezing the glutes. Meeting back in our twist and crescent moon. And we will lower back to plank, lowering all the way down, chaturanga dandasana, inhaling on our upward facing dog or cobra,
And exhaling, sending our hips back to downward dog. From here, we will add on to our vinyasa sequence. Inhaling the right leg up, knee to nose and through. Crescent and side twist. Revolved. Open back up to crescent. And the change is warrior two. From warrior two, we will flip our Virabhadrasana to a reverse. And on the inhale, take it to a side angle pose. Option here to bind, making sure you're not losing the integrity of your breath or your heart expansion. On your next inhale, finding warrior two, flipping your dog and cartwheeling your hands down to frame your right foot and back to plank position. Exhaling on your lower and inhaling to arch your spine. Inhaling, left leg up, right hand, left foot knee to nose, and inhaling for a crescent. Stay for your next exhale, and on your inhale, open your crescent twist. Inhaling for your revolve crescent. Exhaling back to crescent and opening up for warrior two. Again, you want the front left heel to fit right in to the arch of your right foot. Finding your drishti, your focused gaze, right above the fingers. On your next inhale, reversing your warrior. Exhaling for your side angle pose. Shining your heart forward and bringing your intention that you set to mind. Inviting it into the heart space, the heart center. Inhaling to find warrior two. And exhaling to cartwheel your hands. And lowering. Inhaling on your upward dog. And exhaling, sending the hips back to downward facing dog. Finding stillness here. And slowly walking your hands back, widening your stance and finding Malasana, yogi squat, our first gentle hip opener, and settling into some stillness here. Slowly rising to a forward fold and back to a Malasana. This is a great way to strengthen your hip mobility. And eventually walking back into downward dog. This will be our last downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. of today's practice. I believe that the last time you hold downward dog is exactly how your body remembers the shape. So focus on your alignment, shining the pit of your elbows forward, drawing your shoulders back, and your hips skyward. We will raise our right leg and knee to nose through pigeon. Crawling up to plume the pigeon and settling down into stillness. Crawling back up and sending our right leg back up in downward dog to three-legged dog on the right leg, left knee to nose, and pigeon on the other side. Once the left side begins to feel even, you feel balanced, you can come out of pigeon pose and find a seated position. From here, we will take our right foot over our left, sweeping our left hand up and slicing across the chest for half Lord of Fishes pose, a gentle supine twist. On your inhale, lengthening your spine, grounding your right hip into the earth, and on your exhale, twisting deeper. On your next exhale, releasing and moving to the other side. Grounding the left hip into the earth, rising the right arm and slicing in half. Lifting up out of your stomach. And on your exhale, deepening your twist.
finding center. Meeting on your mat in a seated, comfortable posture. Fluttering the eyes shut. And connecting to that intention that you set at the beginning of class. Finding connection with yourself and how you might invite this movement practice into the rest of your life, into the year that will unfold in front of you. Remembering that intentions do not come true without embodiment, and movement practice as an portal, an entryway into the body, into embodiment, into the present moment. Rising your hands overhead, bringing the energy into your heart center. Hands at heart center, Anjaneyasana. And bowing towards yourself, your devotion to practice, to showing up for yourself. And this fresh moment is an opportunity to begin again. Thank you, and I'll see you again soon.